I want to go to Robin Fitch, who's standing by right now from Fitch Farms. Robin, we've had on the air in the past, and it's been a very terrible story of doom and gloom with milk prices and the fact that you guys are pretty close to losing this farm. Robin, good morning.
Good morning, and thank you again for reporting on this issue, because we are not the only farmers in this situation.
No, it seems that I almost feel like how many cows do you have? Do you milk?
We milk about 176 on an average.
And isn't there I've heard other people say that what the government really wants, and this is again is when the government gets involved, it's all messed up. It's been going on for many years. But what the government really wants is to get rid of all the smaller farms. Would your farm be considered medium, small? We're
considered small.
Small. And the government really wants these mega farms where they're the numbers are all bigger, and so you feel that's true?
Absolutely, I do.
And are you a victim?
We're kind of a sword in their side, I believe.
Okay, and so that makes you're a victim of all of this.
Absolutely.
And milk prices, the price dairy farmers are paid for their milk has fallen since 2014. Has fallen 40%. Prices are at their lowest since 1998. Now, I do have to ask you, I don't know about you, Robin, but I don't see that savings in the grocery store. It's not like the price of milk has gone down.
Well, that is very true. The consumers are still being hit hard for the same amount of cost for their milk and butter and all of their dairy products. So once again, it's not the farmer, it's not the consumer winning this battle, it's the middleman again.
So, and you're saying unless there's a change, you don't feel that you're going to be able to survive.
I don't see how we could, and there's so many of us in the same boat that, when you're losing 40% of your income and your costs for feed and fuel and repairs keep climbing, there's, no way that you can win this situation the way it is.
Yeah.
I have to ask, in the Farm Bill, the federal Farm Bill, I know you've reached out to lawmakers on the state level and the federal level. How is this never corrected in there? What do they tell you? If you called Congressman Hanna's office or if you called the local Senate and Assembly reps, what do they tell you? Because they have to be familiar with the situation.
Well, our local guys at least kind of understand it, and they have sent letters and everything on the behalf of the dairy farmers. But when you hit the federal level, if you can even get an office to call you back, which is a rarity, they have no help. No, we can help change things, no anything like that. I've even reached out across state lines because I do feel that this is a national issue. It's not just a state issue. So I tried to go across the lines and talk to other congressmen's office and senator's office that I felt were going in the right direction. And basically I was told, well, we appreciate your call and telling us that you think we're doing right, but please contact your local office.
So is the thought that by sending the milk tanker out to get the milk, the thought is by having to stop at all these smaller farms, it's more cost effective to just go to one big one, and you're saving time and money. Is that their belief? So that would make you collateral damage if they made this decision.
Right. That is part of it, and this is my own opinion, but I do feel that they feel they can control the situation better if it's in collected areas versus all over in small little farms.
Okay. All right. Okay. So how long? I know we've talked to you a few times here, and the thought has been that you're just not going to be able to hang on. How long? I mean, can you give us a timeline? How much longer are you going to be able to hang on?
It's hard to say. I mean, our barn needs a lot of repairs, but we can get cows in for the winter. And will we be able to do them? I doubt it, unless there's a small miracle. I don't know, but I have to say it is the hardest decision we have ever had to make.
Yeah.
This is our livelihood. This is our lifestyle. This is our family.
Well, you have a 25-year-old son, right, that has grown up in this and would take over the farm. But
absolutely, who would like to take over the farm? And once again, there's a great issue. They're pushing for all these new farmers to come on. What about giving incentive to the farm kids who are there? They're giving all these low-income loans and all this to new farmers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in order for somebody like my son to get something like that, we have to turn the farm over to him or, something like that. Why isn't there some kind of incentive to keep these? The average dairy farmer, I believe, is 62 years old.
Yeah. Robin, can I ask you, in addition to dairy farming, what else do you do? And if you're just losing money on the dairy end of it, why couldn't you just focus on corn or vegetables or maybe meat, the other things that maybe your farm does?
Well, sometimes you do have that opportunity, and we have always thought about processing our own milk and everything like that, but the cost to get into a lot of that stuff is so phenomenal that you can't really set yourself up in another business. Beef cows or something, if you have the land, that's fine, you can do that. But those markets are so, go up and down so much too that, this year it might be great, but next year you're losing your shirt on that end.
Do you specifically, you just do the dairy and some animals, or do you do vegetables and other crops?
No, we just do dairy, and then we raise our corn and our grass for.
Okay.
Andrew.
And Robin, have you considered like raw milk or going that route? I've heard there's an increasing market for that.
We have talked about that actually. I don't know if it's something here where we are that it would be feasible. You might have to be more in a town or something like that to make it work for you.
All right. And what would that be? That would be not homogenized?
Correct. It would be like we'd have a license, and you could come to the farm, and you would be picking up the milk right.
The way
it was supposed to be.
Case Farm, the Case Farm down the road from where I grew up. We would walk down with 2 jugs and give them $1.50, and we'd come back with 2 gallons of milk that the gallons were warm.
Yep.
Really, that's what I did as a kid. So, all right, very interesting, and we wish you the best, Robin. And where's Willie Nelson when you need him? Isn't Farm
they
Aid?
are trying. The ones that I would really like to reach out to is the show For the Record, because we really need a full-blown investigation into this dairy industry.
Yeah, something's up. Why? And again, I'm suspicious that they're really trying to push people out like you, and you're just collateral damage in their grand scheme of things. That's how I see it, but I could be wrong. So, Robin Fitch, we wish you the best. Thanks so much for coming on, and keep us posted.
Thank you.
All right, the Fitch Farm. Again, they have a 25-year-old son who would like to take over the farm, but who would want to do that and live the life of losing money like this? It's terrible.